Grand Risings. Welcome to the desk of Agent Wilson. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to complete the neighborhood which you are almost about 3/4 of the way finished with. Yesterday, you were passing out business cards. You passed out 74 business cards. In the middle of that, it started raining. So you had to find shelter for about an hour. So now weather seems to have cleared up this morning up until noon. So you have from now, it is 6:25 a.m. until noon to go finish passing out business cards in that neighborhood. So pretty much you can prepare to be there by 8, which is an hour and a half. And in that time, you can eat breakfast, take a shower, send off some mailers. Some mail. So one person you spoke with yesterday said she was selling a year, which probably will sell. She said she would sell next year. So it could be now, next year, could be the beginning of next year. But definitely next year means you got leads for next year coming in. Like, think about your career it's really the next 3 months, but the next 3 months should be setting you up for the next 18 months, or really the next 15 months. So these 3 months are a precursor to the next year after that. So at least is what like Mike Ferry says, like the last 3 months of the year are getting you prepared for the next year. So 15 months. With that, you're thinking about going harder on these business cards, but remember, you passed out 750 so far, and now it's Sunday, which is the beginning of the 3rd week in August. So you're not doing as well as you like anticipated. Like, you didn't do the 500 business cards the first week, 500 the next week, because you would have been done yesterday, but you still got 250 left. So just thinking about that, what it's like, it comes to realistically, what are you capable of? What am I capable of? Because, so pass those out. These videos they're cool. Like, they're actually really great. I'm glad I made them. I'm pretty much at 150. Give or take. Like 150 of them. So, I'm like, I could go to 200, which probably I will. I'll just keep making them. And the other thing though, along with that, I'll start making the music to go with it. Like, when I say music, like, I have a lot of audio that I've just recorded on voice recorders and on my computer that's just freestyles, some songs I wrote. And I can play that music for make it, 1, and then 2, play it for myself and hear myself on an extroverted framework. Because when I am rapping, it is not the same personality. So when I make 150 songs, play those back and really listen to, like, what do I sound like? What do I talk like? On an emotional level, because these are intellectual. They're a mental mapping of my mind. A mental mapping of my mind. They're not emotional. They are emotional, but they're not the way they're created or mentally. So that will be pretty interesting to find like the songs I've already got, put those up here on my YouTube, and put out like 150 of them, and just have them there, because I listen to this stuff more for myself than I do for other people, just so I can hear like, who am I? Again, who am I? My music is, what is my identity? So that would definitely bring it up there. And then, later on, maybe I could do something with it. I'll do something with it. And yeah, because I'm definitely an ATLian in the metro, and still in the metro, all over the trains and buses and cars and events and clubs and shows, and the culture, the girls, the food, the ladies, it's my city. This is my city. Funny thing is, I had a dream last night that I was buying a 10-bedroom house. The other thing I can do is create real estate content for just to prove to myself, like, hey, you know a lot of things about this real estate, so you should do it. And I still have to, well, I don't have to, but working on getting the brokerage license, well, just paying for the course right now. It's really just paying for it. Servicing the new buyer who comes through on tomorrow, getting prepared for that, studying the scripts, making the flashcards, allocating my money for the rest of the month. Because once I pass these business cards out, I will not have any business cards even left to pass out. What I'll do after that is work on my stocks, research them. Besides that, things are going normal. I had the thought that when I meet with the buyer on tomorrow, if she doesn't have her pre-approval letter with her, which I told her to get, what we'll do at the meeting is we'll call up one of the lenders to get the pre-approval letter, if she's willing. If she is not willing, then that is not her objecting. That is a condition of her as a client, because I can't work with her and I can only work with her on the condition that she is pre-qualified. So we'll get her pre-qualified. And if she can't, for whatever reason, she's not objecting. That is just her condition. Besides that, nothing personally, emotionally has been happening to make me feel like something should happen, or it's actually calm. It's very calm. Things have been serene personally in my life. and I have wants and desires and needs. Those are always going to be there. And that is why I work to fulfill those needs for myself. One thing I thinking about, like with my cousin and we're hanging out with his friends, is the way I talk as if I'm the head. Like I never was a child. Like I was always a man who had his own mind, regardless of the age I was at. So that's how I come off to people, which is probably why I seems aggressive, because like I naturally position myself as an authority on any topic, even if I don't know anything. It's a disposition. It's not like a title. So with the friends, that's good. For people around me to engage with them, I should just make some music and send it to them so they know how I feel about stuff. Yeah, so they can be like, oh, this is how you feel. So this is how you really feel. Because most people are feelers. They're not thinkers. Which is what it is. All right, I'm gonna go make some food so I can go finish this neighborhood, and then go pick another neighborhood to just make sure I pass out the rest of these business cards that I got, and before the other ones get here, and just get like a heads up, because at a certain point, I'll just be doing this like super quick, and make just be like trying to make more outings to pass out business cards, doing like 150, 200 a day like it's nothing. But even right now, 500 a week, 100 a day is something to be like worked on. It's hard. It's not hard. It just takes a little bit. It takes time management. Yeah. So besides that, you got a lot of great things to tap into your talents, right? So like you got your dreams to write stories about. You got the music you can make. You got the real estate content to create. You got a lifetime of things to do. You got friends to entertain. So that really gives me some great anticipations about the future and what that actually means, because for a lot of times, you know, you think about, I think about, oh, I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be poor, which is like, whatever. That's not true at all. The fact is, I'm rich. Like, look at all this content I got, the content I've created, the content I have the foundation to create, the framework to create, the books I can write, the music I can make, the artistry I could actually do, which I plan to do. That's a rich, full life. Like, even if I was just a painter for however long, I did oil pastels for however long, which is one of my favorite mediums. That's a rich, full life of creating. So how much, I mean, you know, how much more can you get? You over here, I'm over here making my art, my life. Art is life. It's just like, golly, that's a, you know, I'm living in the world of my creation. So even I have these ideas of buying some property, creating an artist community, and then the art that they create, representing them and pushing it, selling it, getting the highest price possible. And just like, you know, controlling the market. That's how they do it anyways. People just decide like, oh, this is going to be like a $15 million piece. And we're going to make sure it stays that way. And this artist is going to go down in history because we're going to make sure it stays that way. So I'm like, shoot. I know the market. I know sales. I know how things work. The industries. So I can do that later after that'll be like, you know, after whatever, at some other point in my life. Not right now though. Definitely not anytime in the next 5 years. Yeah, not anytime in the next 5 years. So man, this video's getting long. So just finish doing the stuff you already got. And oh yeah, so you had a person who sent you some stock books, like 150 of them on a link. So somehow they have your address and they sent you another book just yesterday, like in the mail, which is cool because someone is watching out for you, but you still don't know who this person is because you asked them who they were, they didn't say anything. And then a couple weeks later, they sent you a book. It's a good book. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. It has to do with the infinite intelligence. So, like, it's definitely a good thing. It's just, you know, typically when unexpected things happen, there's some unexpectedness about them. And this is a very positive, unexpected happening. So I'm grateful. I'm just like, how'd they get my address? I mean, I can do that too. I can find other people's address and send them stuff in the mail, like these business cards. But I met them at some point. So it's like at some point I met this person, maybe, or yeah, I just don't like remember, or I don't have their number saved or something. It's just like something I'm like, where's going on? Like a mentor, like a father figure to be sending books and self-development type of stuff, or like like a mentor. So, August Pierre Auguste Renoir. I also had another dream of learning French, and like I should learn French soon. Yeah, learn French. So, get to it, man. Get to it. This video is, again, you got a world inside of you that is begging to come out. The only way to do it is to have intentional actions. Not like they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And that's because you're not taking any action. Have intentional actions. Go forth. Farewell.